Today I'm going to make some ciabatta rolls. I'm going to use the bread machine. If you don't happen to have a bread machine, if you have a mixer with a dough hook, you can also use that. And what you'll want to do is not add the olive oil in the beginning. All the other ingredients can go in. Use your dough hook for about 10 minutes, then add the olive oil and do it another 5 minutes. And then the rest of it is pretty much the same as it is here. If you don't have a mixer with a dough hook and you don't have a bread machine, you can also use a bowl and a big old spoon and just keep mixing it till the gluten develops and then proceed from there. So we're going to start off. I have a 1.5 cups of warm water into the bread machine container. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of good olive oil. Next, I'm going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of salt. One. And a half. That is why you don't pour over your container. Now I have extra salt on the counter, but that's okay. Okay, now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of white sugar, just regular white granulated sugar. And then 3¼ cups of bread flour. Make sure that you level your cups off. 1. 2. 3. And 1/4. Okay, next we do 1.5 teaspoons of quick rise yeast. And that is all the ingredients. It's a very, very sticky dough. So one of the things you'll want to do as your bread machine is mixing, you're mixing it, make sure that you use a spatula and wipe down scrape down the sides a little bit of the container. Make sure you've got all the flour and everything mixed in. So now we're going to pick the dough cycle. Should be number 8. And start it up. And now you've got about an hour where you really don't have anything else to do until that's done. See you in a bit. And our dough is ready. So what we want to do to flour the board here that we're using. Make sure you've got plenty of flour down on that. Like I said before, this is very, very sticky dough. Okay, we'll take it out of the bread machine. sure you get all that dough out of there. Okay. A little more flour over the top. Now we're going to let this rest for about 15 minutes right here on the board. And the dough is rested for a bit here. Spread that flour out on top a little bit. Now we're going to just push this out, make it into a rectangle. At this point, if you wanted to just make ciabatta loaves, all you would have to do, just cut this in half, and then you have your 2 loaves that you can get onto your pan. So we are going to actually do that. We're going to cut it in half. And then what we want to do, we're going to square up these ends a little bit. And we're going to cut each piece of this in half the other way. And then in half again. Add a little more flour to this. What I'm going to do now, it's really important that I have that flour under it, on it. I want these to be nice square or rectangular ciabatta rolls. So I have a baking sheet lined with parchment. So as you form these, you can reshape them a little bit once you get them out of there. Same thing with each one. Okay, so I'll just sprinkle a little bit more flour over the tops of these. If there's any more shaping you want to do, make sure that the shapes you want. Now you're going to find a warm spot in the kitchen. You can cover these lightly with a dish towel, and we're going to let them proof and raise for about 40 minutes. See you when they're ready. Okay, our rolls are proofed. Oven just got to 425 degrees. So now we're going to just spritz these with a little bit of water on top. And make a nice crust on top as they bake. Okay, into 425 degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Here they are, the ciabatta rolls, out of the oven, just out of the oven, extremely hot. Didn't puff up quite like they usually do, but that's quite all right. They're still thick enough. Nice and brown. I'm going to let these cool off to room temperature before you slice them. And these are absolutely fantastic for just about any kind of sandwich you want to build on them. Also really good if you just want to cut them in half, toast them, butter, just like an English muffin. Come out nice and chewy, airy inside. So there you have it, ciabatta rolls. Not my first kitchen. Bye-bye.